All right, let's talk about something that's probably a huge headache if you run a cleaning business: late payments. You live and die by your cash flow, so what happens when it's constantly getting messed up? It's one of the biggest pains in the industry, and today we're going to dive into how some smart tech can finally put you back in the driver's seat.
I mean, does this just hit home? That sinking feeling you get when you check your accounts and see those invoices just sitting there, way past due? It feels like a constant battle for so many business owners, but what if I told you it really doesn't have to be a reality?
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. Look, late payments are not a sign that you're bad at business. Seriously, it's a massive industry-wide problem. Even the best-run companies deal with this, and it could literally stop your growth in its tracks. So yeah, if you're feeling this struggle, you're not alone. It's a real thing.
Okay, so this leads us to what we can call the late payment trap. And it's a trap for a reason. It's not just a single late invoice here and there, is it? Nope. It's this frustrating, vicious cycle of doing the work, sending the invoice, and then the chase begins. It feels like you're stuck on a hamster wheel you just can't get off of. And here's the real kicker of that trap. It's not just about the money being late. Think about it. Every single minute you spend sending those just-a-friendly reminder emails, that's a minute you're not spending on your actual business, like training your crew or landing that next big contract. It's this huge distraction that just hangs over your head all the time. But the impact goes way deeper than just the numbers on a spreadsheet. Let's dig into the hidden costs, the stuff that's quietly eating away at your business from the inside. And this right here is the big one. It's the stress, that constant, nagging feeling in the back of your mind. I mean, how are you supposed to make payroll next week if you don't know when that big check is coming in? How can you even think about buying new equipment? That uncertainty, man, it is just a heavy weight to carry. And just look at this list. It's a total domino effect. You've got all this extra admin work, right, that pulls you away from actually growing the business. Then you have to make those awkward, hey, about that invoice calls, which can totally strain your relationship with a good client. It all creates this chain reaction that makes it nearly impossible to forecast anything and steer your business with any real confidence.
Okay, enough of the doom and gloom. We get the problem. So how do we fix it? How do we plug all these leaks? Well, this is where things get really interesting. And don't worry, I'm not going to throw a bunch of complicated tech jargon at you. Instead, just imagine hiring the perfect assistant, someone who never gets tired, never forgets, and works 24/7 to make sure you get paid.
This slide just lays it all out perfectly. The before and after. On the left, you've got the old way. It's just chaos, right? You're always reacting, always chasing. But on the right, the smart way. Now that's a different story. It's proactive. You've got everything in one place. Follow-ups happen automatically. You can even predict who might be late. And the best part, the real bottom line, you get your time back. Simple as that. So you're probably thinking, okay, this magic assistant sounds great, but how does it actually work? Well, it's not magic. It's just a really smart automated workflow. Let's walk through exactly what it looks like in action.
It really breaks down into 4 pretty simple steps. First, you get all your invoices into one central spot. Think of it like a digital command center. We're talking about a tool like Notion here. Step 2, you set up automatic reminders using something like make.com. No more forgetting. They just go out like clockwork. Now, step 3 is the really cool part, using AI to predict who might be a problem. And it does this by looking at your past data, who paid late before, invoice sizes, you name it. And it flags accounts before they're even due. Super smart. And finally, step 4, you make it dead simple for people to pay you with easy-to-use forms.
So when we say AI-driven automation, this is all we're really talking about. It's not about some scary robot taking over your business. It's just about using smart tools that talk to each other to handle all the boring, repetitive stuff for you. It basically takes that manual chase and turns it into a smooth, hands-off process. And here are the actual tools that make up your new assistant. Think of it like a team. Notion is your headquarters, where all the info lives. Make.com is the engine, the glue connecting everything and making it all happen. Then you have an AI like ChatGPT. That's the brains of the operation, doing all the smart analysis. And finally, something like fillout.com is the friendly face, creating those slick, easy payment forms for your clients.
So when you put all of this together, what's the real win? What's the final payoff here? Well, it's so much more than just getting paid faster. It's about fundamentally changing the way you operate your business. It's about getting back the 2 things you can never buy more of, your time and your focus.
And this is why it's such a game changer. Your new system works 24/7.
It doesn't need coffee breaks, it doesn't go on vacation, it is always on the job. So let's say you have that one client who always pays 2 weeks late. The system knows this. So instead of a generic reminder on the due date, it can send a custom, friendly nudge a week early. Just like that, you might get paid on time. It's literally managing your cash flow while you're sleeping.
And that's the ultimate transformation, isn't it? You go from being a payment chaser, always reacting to problems, to being a proactive business owner who's actually using data to get ahead of issues. You get to focus on the big picture, on growth.
So I'll just leave you with this one question, and I really want you to think about it. What could you do? What could you build if you never had to waste another minute chasing a late payment ever again? Think of all that freed up time and mental energy. What would you do with it? That's what this is all about. That's the possibility here.